Well, all right. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Take from Obvious Bozos. I'm Drew, and joining me back from Las Vegas, back from WrestleMania, the chaos that WrestleMania was that I did not watch. I just know it was chaotic. Um, that's all I got. It is Zach. Zach is back. Zach Attack is back. Zach, how was Vegas? How was WrestleMania? How many frozen margaritas did you have walking on the street? How many cards did you pick up for people, sex worker cards that are always littered around Vegas
I
the strip?
I had a great time. I really enjoyed listening to the episode that I wasn't on my flight back, which was great. It was kind of like it was like watching like a family have dinner, but you're not invited to the table.
Yeah,
I don't
no.
know. It was weird, but it was good. It was a great episode. I didn't pick up any cars on the floor. I actually didn't have any frozen margaritas. I was there for business, and it was a business trip, and I did not.
Hmm.
I don't think I
Hmm.
had more than two drinks on any night at all. So like that was it. It was strictly business.
Oh,
WrestleMania was
beautiful.
great. The show was great until the end. I don't know if you didn't watch, but killer match,
There,
killer match, killer match. The main
yes, and
event
then the main
was really
event
bad.
was Cena Rhodes, and
Cena and Cody, and it was ruined by Travis Scott. Yes, and Travis Scott came out, and I thought that was going to be like the opening of the revolving door of surprises. I thought he was just going to
Mhm.
be the first surprise, and then they would have Stone Cold or The Rock or whatever would come out, and that didn't happen. It was just Travis Scott. The match ended 5 minutes later, and Travis Scott was the reason that John Cena won his 17th record-breaking
Yeah,
world
so
title.
so I did not know about the Travis Scott part. I knew that they had Cena win the title, which I thought was an interesting choice because I don't know. Like, is he going to be back? Like, I don't
Well,
understand.
I'll try to limit myself to like 1 minute of wrestling talk because I know there are people who do not give a shit about this. But like he's back and
I
like
don't care.
he is having a retirement tour and he has already announced that he has like a 35 date calendar and his last match will be in
Okay,
December. And
gotcha.
like this
Okay,
is his like the farewell tour, and he turned heel for the farewell tour, which was really cool in the moment, but I'm not sure if I love it now. Like I kind of think it would be cool to have him have his go out with a smile, but
hmm,
it's cool to see him as a heel, and he's doing some stuff that he never was able to do as a face, which is cool. He is the champion. He is defending the title. He's defending it on Saturday. He's going to defend it more than once, I assume, throughout the year, and it's crazy. I got to say that I was there for it, but it wasn't the
you
greatest
you were there
finish.
for
Yeah.
it.
So
You were there for it though.
yeah.
It's well, they did it with Hogan back in the day with WCW before you were probably before you were born.
Was there a celebrity entrant who just kind of ruined it? I feel like there was another story like this.
No, so what they did before, so it was basically like when Hogan went to WCW,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
right? So the idea of like the guy who was the perpetual face turning heel, they did that. It was not initially received well, but then like NWO became basically like a cultural like stance, and then just in
Yeah.
Hollywood Hogan became a thing, and you're just like, all right,
Yeah.
this is kind of cool. So I'm assuming they're trying to do something similar with that with Cena, the idea of like someone who's been like a face for so long that like give them an opportunity. It'll be interesting to see. Um, we'll find out.
We'll see. It's been. This will be the last thing, but like the crowd wants to see Cena win 17. They wanted to see him win 17. They want to see him
Mhm.
continue to be well. They want to cheer him in his retirement tour. And like the fact
Right.
that he's heel, it's like really hard for him to get booed right now. And like they're doing everything they can. They're having him like trash the crowd and trash the fans and all this stuff. And it's like
Yeah.
they're still cheering him. So it's like, oh, what do we do? It's like so they're it's been an interesting battle. It's been fun to watch, but a lot of emotions. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Well, unfortunately for some people, we may have lost you, but I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wrestling's great. Deal with it.
Yeah. Yep. Especially James. Screw you.
Yeah. Don't
Yeah.
care. We got some takes. We're gonna only revisit one Pistons take, but we're gonna mainly just kind of go over kind of like some Celtic stuff. I think that's the main thing. We got second round against the Celtics. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna leave the past basically in the past, except for one take for the Pistons years, because like I think we've all talked about it enough. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to do it. But you are starting off the show with the take that you had. Jalen Brunson already has a stronger Hall of Fame case than Damian Lillard.
Correct. And well,
Elaborate.
I it's spicy, it's hot, but that's what the show is for. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to come out of the gates blazing. The main thing, I'm just going to get this out of the way. The college career shit, like, it matters for Hall of Fame cases. Like 2 national championships, like
It does.
Dame is
It does.
Dame is not going to have that. Like, that is a huge piece of this. And I think like there are some NBA accolades that Brunson hasn't gotten yet, but I assume will get in the next 3, 4, 5 years of his prime. I think the college career stuff kind of equates to what he's missing just in terms of quantity on like all NBA teams and quantity of all-star appearances and all that type of stuff that Dame just has for being in the league a little bit longer than Brunson. So if you kind of like negate those two sort of things, Brunson coming in to New York, a slept-on second-round pick who had to overcome like coming off the bench in Dallas, and they both have one conference finals appearance. They both lost in the conference finals. Like, fine, that's the same. Dame has the 2020 Olympics, the COVID Olympics, that like, fine, he wasn't on the team, but like I think had Brunson started his career as a starter, as a like not had to overcome the second round stuff, he would have been on one of these Olympic teams, and he should have been on the team last year when we all know and Halliburton got on that team and whatever. I was looking at like their resumes, like all NBA, all star stuff. Like I think Brunson will in time pass that stuff, but like I said before, the college career kind of makes up for that. Doing it in New York, just I feel like is more important than doing it in Portland. I know that's like a biased thing to say, but the way he came in here and kind of turned the tide and turned around this whole franchise, and him and Leon, like it's and this feels like a way more sustainable success than like Dame just having a couple great years by himself in Portland. The one thing that Dame does have on Brunson that I really hope Brunson is able to get in the next few years is the NBA Cup champion. Brunson has not won an NBA Cup. God. And like this, that carries a lot of weight with me. So I that is the one thing, like if you want to make that argument, I'll hear it. And like that is really, that may put Dame over the top, the NBA Cup, but I believe Brunson will get an NBA Cup in the next few years. That would be huge. There are a couple other like weird awards. Dame does not have a clutch player of the year. He may have a clutch player of the year award. I don't think he does. It's not showing up on his Wikipedia for either of them. So
no, he doesn't. That's a new award.
Wikipedia just doesn't respect clutch player of the year. It's not on Jalen's yet for some reason. Like someone should edit it and add it, but I don't know. What do you think? That's my biased Brunson agenda. Great playoff moment. Unfortunately, his game winner the other day came with 4 seconds on the clock and wasn't a buzzer beater, which would have been way cooler and a little more memorable. But still, like it doesn't really matter. So that's it.
The main thing is ultimately going to be the All NBA stuff. I think that's the main. We both know anyone's getting into the Hall of Fame, so we know just from currently standing that like Damian Lillard is going to be a Hall of Fame player and Jalen Brunson is probably going to be a Hall of Fame player. I think that's already like going to happen. It's the All NBA stuff because just looking at it right now, Dame has 4 second team and 2 third team, right? So that's 6 All NBA appearances. It may not on the first team, but like that's 6 All NBA.
He appearances. Definitely won't get it this year, and Brunson will get it this year. So
yeah, so like Brunson is definitely getting 2. He's going to be at 2, so he has 4 more to go. I don't see a reason why in the next 4 years, injuries or anything like that, right? Like outside of that, I think it's kind of safe to say that Brunson will probably get another 4. But like also like Dame did compared to Brunson, like I think they both came out as seniors, right? Or at least super seniors out of like college. Like I think they both came out like 21 or 22, right?
They did, yeah.
Dame did get a head start on his career because he was rookie of the year. He did start off. Brunson didn't. So like that did help Dame a bit. It's I mean, I think Brunson's there. He's on that path. I think he's on that trajectory. Definitely getting to the finals or winning a finals will put him over the top, even more than all NBA stuff. But he's getting there. I would say he's getting there. I don't know if it's stronger, but I don't care. I like it.
I think the 2 national championships put him over the top right now. I don't care. They make up for the lack of quantity of all NBA stuff.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine with me. So we had a tweet shared from the tweet is by Duncan Smith and shared by ZMP323.
I think this tweet was shared. I think this tweet was shared by like 8 people in multiple channels all week.
Yes, and but we are specifically credit.
Yeah, this may be a Hall of Famer, like Hall of Fame take in history of Knicks takes. So
Pistons win the series in 4 or 5 games if they had Isaiah Stewart healthy and available. No.
The funniest part of this, he says 4 or 5 games. Stewart played in game 1, and they lost.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like 4 games just not possible. Like had he played in games 2, 3, 4, 5, like whatever. Like they lost game 1 when he played. So therefore, you could not have won in 4 games if he would continue to be healthy and available.
Yeah, so it would only be 5 games, and
yeah,
I didn't. In the Pistons,
Also,
we're not gonna
who do
do
we
the
think-
backdoor sweep.
like who do we think this guy is? Like, I'm sorry, like this is Isaiah Stewart. He's a backup center who may screw some things up with technical fouls and flagrant fouls and stuff, but like he is not swinging a series. Sorry, like, and Paul Reed was good. Paul Reed had some good minutes. Like,
yeah, he was fine. Stewart is one of those guys. I think he's similar to like a Mitchell Robinson in the context of like you want them. They're good enough to be a starting center, but they're much better as a backup center, right? Because that's where their impact really shines. But it would be the same thing. It would be the same thing for us being like if Mitchell Robinson played, the Knicks win in 4 or 5 games or whatever it is, right? It's like that same type of logic. Like backup centers aren't swinging series that much. Like if Stewart was like the full-time center like Mitch was in like the Cleveland series, right? That's a little different, right? We're talking about that type, but like the idea of backup centers or swinging series, no. I just stop. You sound silly. And yeah, sorry, Duncan. Not a good take.
All right, now we can forget about the Pistons series forever.
Yeah,
and
now we can
we
can just fucking forget about this Pistons series. I'm so glad it's done. Just that's all I have to say. I am glad it's over. That's it.
Yeah.
Stacey Patton has the Knicks will win 2 games in this series and will look much more competitive than the regular season. I don't know how I fall on this.
I'm speaking it into existence. I'm manifesting it by agreeing.
This is where I'm having trouble, right? Because I want to manifest this into existence. I want to agree with Stacey. Like I want to do all this sort of stuff just as a fan. That's what I want to do. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's actually going like there's like a little more like if I separate, like if I compartmentalize things. To me, then it comes off as like a bad take because I'm just like I don't see it, but I want to be wrong.
I have like a few homer things that I have going for me. One, the Magic took a game off of them. I know there were injuries.
That is fair.
But like
that is fair.
The Magic aren't good, bro. We're way better than them. Like they're beatable.
Correct.
They're vulnerable.
Yes.
They weren't like incredible. And there were a couple games in that series where like they won, but they didn't look like they were great. Like they won because they're really talented. Like I wasn't super impressed with the Magic series from them. That's the first thing. Second one is the injuries. The injuries are a real thing. Drew Holiday's got the hand thing. Jaylen Brown has the knee thing. They're both going to play, but like they're less healthy than the Knicks. They're less healthy than the Knicks. And the third thing is like all the games we played against them this year, including the 4th game, which we were majority healthy, we weren't fully healthy for. And we like Brunson was still coming back from the ankle thing in that last one. Also, like Shamet and Precious played in that game. Like they're not playing in the series, and I don't think we've seen them at like full strength, full minutes on our end at least. Also, like we're built to defend these guys. Like OG I don't think there's anybody else in the league I'd want to put on Tatum besides OG. And like Mikhail had his up and downs this season, but like he looked pretty good defensively in the Pistons series.
I thought he played really well. Yeah, I agree.
I thought he's really been digging in, and I think he's kind of unlocked a sort of, this is like another homer thing, but I think he's like more confident now. Does that make sense? Like he's taking a little more contact at the rim. He's taking these assignments more seriously. He's fighting over screens a lot harder. I like him against Jaylen Brown, especially if Jaylen Brown's knee is like not 100% right, which I was talking to a Celtics fan yesterday. It's like, he was like, oh, Jaylen's knee has been cooked for months, man. That doesn't matter. He's going to play through it. But like these guys are already laying down their injury excuses for the series. And like, I think the Mikhail OG thing is like, I don't know if those two aren't the wings you want against them. I don't know who else you would want against them. Like, and I don't know. Those are my homework things. But like this team at the same time is like they're so good, and they're as this whole thing about like you're as strong as your weakest link. Like even their weakest links are pretty damn good, and like their bench is so much better than ours. They have the championship pedigree. Tatum is just he's so damn good, bro. He's so boring, but he's so good, and like it's tough to stop.
Mhm.
And they're well coached. I don't know if I don't want to call Missoula like some guru, but like he can coach
I
and
think
he can make the necessary adjustments and like he's done it. So it's like
it's
I
only
don't know.
only myself and Tyrese think. Um, friend of the show. Tyrese has been on with us,
He's
right?
been on here. Yeah.
We need Tyrese Moore on
We'll
here
bring him
just so we
back.
can
It's
yell.
been a few months. Yeah.
I know we need to bring him back just so we could yell at him. But Tyrese and I are the only people who are on like Joe Missoula's like the secret genius um person.
He
Like
might
we
be.
like I think he is like top of the top
Yeah.
coaches. I just he's I don't know. I it's just I just think this is my concern. That I'm with you on all this Homer stuff. I love it. I going to constantly wish it into existence in our Discord. As I walk around Boston as myself with all my Knicks gear, I will will this into existence. I don't give a shit, right? Like I was on Friday this past Friday. I had my Patrick Ewing jersey on. I was all ready to go. I'm repping my Knicks after the game, after the Brunson game winner.
Yep.
I had I had a post UPS man. He's driving. He sees me crossing the street. He opens the door. He's like, "Let's go Knicks! Let's go Knicks!" We are here. Like we're here in Boston. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're here. We're gonna will it. Um, my biggest concern is kind of similar. I didn't want to talk about the Detroit series, but my biggest concern is ultimately is I think we'll get to this take. We'll eventually get to a take of this coming out of the third quarter.
Oh my God.
What's Boston going to do versus what the Knicks are going to do? Are the Knicks going to could just be like, here's our game plan from start to finish. We're going to force it down the throats no matter what happens. Or are we going to be like, oh, let's try something different? This team, that's my ultimate concern. And I think when it comes to playoff basketball or any type of high stakes, you need to be willing to like scrap shit. I think you need to be willing to scrap shit. Like I get it in the
You
regular
do.
season. If you're right, like in the regular season, you're just like, just stick to the script. We'll be fine. It's 82 games. I'm fine with that. But if something's not working in like a shortened, like a condensed series, a 70-game series, you have to be like, we need to do something different. That's my biggest concern. Because even in game 6, the Knicks were effectively, to me at least, were like, well, Jalen Brunson's amazing. Because like Towns did not play well. And if you want to say that was on Towns or on the game strategy of the coaching staff, like not getting him the ball, I don't care how you want to divvy up the blame, but like he didn't play well. And to me, it's just kind of like, should he have gotten the ball? Should he not have gotten the ball? I think that's a different discussion. But to me, it's just kind of like, that's what I'm ultimately concerned. Like, are they going to just do subtle things outside of like McHale plays better, OG plays better, Brunson plays better? They can. We know they're capable of it. They have the talent. That's kind of that's my ultimate concern. But
Yep. It's a valid
that
concern.
yeah.
The
Tehester
one thing,
has.
wait,
Oh,
I
go
have
ahead. Go
one
ahead.
thing. Just as a fan, zooming out on the whole thing, the
Yeah,
Piston series, like we had to win. Like the expectation
had to
was to
win.
win, and like had to win in like 5 or 6, like in like 5 or 4. Really, would have been nice.
It should to me. It should have been 5, but that's besides
Yeah.
the point.
The Celtics series, though, it's like the total opposite, where it's like
Mhm.
just take one game off them, take 2 games off them. I'll be thrilled. I think like the expectation like of us not having to win the series, and like, well, I mean, it would be great if we did, but like
Yeah.
losing this series is a lot different than losing the Pistons series, and I just think it's going to be a bit of
Yes.
an easier watch as a fan.
I would agree with. I would
As a
agree with that.
Pistons fan.
It will be an easier watch unless it's like a repeat of the regular season where it's blowout, 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 that type of thing.
Yes,
And
which I
then
don't think it will
I
be. So
look, it shouldn't. It really shouldn't
yeah,
be. Like I do think that there is a big difference between the Knicks and Celtics, but it's not like the regular season difference, if that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
I think it's closer than what the regular season suggests, even though I still think it's large. But I just really hope it happens. Hester has Cat will look unplayable this series. I I think this is a potential. This may age poorly.
This is going to age poorly. I'm sorry. I think he's going to have a great series. I think
I
this is
think he may
actually
have.
a better. This is a better series for him than the Pistons series is.
It's going to be interesting because the main thing is going to be it's basically like how much steroids are they going to pump into Al Horford, right?
Oh my god, bro.
And then
Yeah.
the Porzingis matchup will be interesting more on the defensive, like Porzingis on offense versus defense. Duran, for all his inability, like his inexperience and flaws and youth and everything like that, he's a big, strong center, right? Like he's someone who can like I don't know handle Towns a little bit more physically. So I don't know if the Celtics have that guy. Like Towns is supposed to be like kind of like the Celtics unlocker in a way, right? It's supposed to be like, well, we have Towns. Like, yeah, you have Porzingis, but we have Karl Anthony Towns, who's like the better offensive version of Porzingis in that archetype. We'll see. He shouldn't be. I don't think he should have a good series. That's why I don't agree with the Hester. But look, I'll give him this. If Towns has a poor series, I will congratulate you for a take that aged well. That I disagreed with. That's all you'll get.
I won't be congratulating him. Yeah.
That's all you'll get. Okay, so before we wrap up the free thing, we're gonna have one take from Dude or Adam. Jalen will drop 50 in game 3. Look, man, if we get a playoff 50 burger
at the Garden,
Jalen at the Garden, I'd love nothing more. I'm not expecting it, but I would love it to happen.
I think I have a more toned down version of this take. His series high in the Detroit series was 40 in game 6.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I think he will score more than 40 at some point in this series. That's my lower level version of this take.
Of this, it's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Depending on like how healthy Drew is going to be.
Dude, even if Drew is healthy, Brunson kind of owns him historically. Like Brunson cooks him in most of those matchups. It's one of the weird things where it's like Brunson struggles with these like bigger wings. I'm not gonna say struggles, but like he has to work a little bit harder when they put these big wings on him, like Asar and Amen. And
look, he had to work.
Wings.
He had to work against Asar. Like no matter how you slice it, he had to work against them.
Drew, like I don't remember there being a game where Drew like won the matchup ever, like, in any of the Brunson Knicks matchups, which whether it's Milwaukee or them.
Well, at least this year, a lot of times they were putting Drew on Towns.
Yes.
They were doing a good amount of that, which actually really helped the Celtics quite a bit because, like, Drew is a very good defensive player. Even like if Towns is significantly bigger, he's just a very good defensive player that way. I could see another 40 piece. I could see that. Like I could definitely see Brunson coming out the gates with that. So, Duder, I hope this happens though. I will say that I don't think it's going to. And it's probably a bad take, but I want this take to exist. Like I want to watch a Jalen Brunson masterpiece that way. And that's what you're getting for the free version. And we didn't do this at the top of the hour, but that's okay. We're going to do it right in the middle because we don't have to worry about our overlords. But strict.land, go on the banner, click it right to the Patreon, or you can go to patreon.com/Strickland. You can subscribe to the $6 tier. You'll get the entire episode of this. You'll get Friday episodes of Pod Strickland. $9 tier, you'll get Strick and Roll. You'll get exclusive articles with Matthew Miranda. You'll get the NFL show, Strictly NFL. You'll do all that. Follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitter, I guess, if you really want to. I'd prefer you not to, but you can. YouTube, right? We're all there. Follow us on all that. And that's the free version. And then the patrons will see you on the other side.